welcome back to Arsen Girl Gaming. My name is Heather and I thank you for joining me for this very special Sims mobile Let's Play. Today we're going to focus on the new stories feature of the game and kind of figure out how to get them started and play through the first part of them and see what kind of prizes we'll pick up along the way. So I hope you enjoy it. Take a look here at Jake and his stories. Oh, he doesn't have any. That's because he hasn't done a story yet. So here are the stories that we can choose from. There are 9 different stories at the moment. They're all relationship related and they're either friends, lovers, or enemies. So you get to pick when you're in a relationship event and you're ready to start a story, what you'd like to do. So if you see like that BFFs Forever here, where it said 3, that's because Ella was doing that with one of her friends and got through 3 chapters of the story. So Jake hasn't done any yet, so none of the stories are kind of hanging out in his story inventory. But if you see here, here's Ella's inventory, and here is the story that she was doing with her friend. And they kind of stopped at chapter 3, but we'll get all the way through to chapter 5 eventually. We're not going to do that in today's video, but I just wanted to show you kind of what it looks like when you're in the process of doing a story. So let's get started. So we're going to start with Ella and Theo. They have just made acquaintances and gotten to the negative level 1 so that they could have a negative story. So we're going to begin a rival story here. They're going to become enemies instead of friends. And we'll go down that route and see what happens. And then we'll work with Jake and his friend Penelope and see where we go with that. So we'll get started here with Ella. Now, in order to start a story, you have to have an acquaintance and you have to get past like the first level of a relationship. So once you get past the first level, which is what Ella and Theo are doing right now, then you will get the option to start a story along with the other levels of raising a relationship. So we'll let them do their thing and check back in with them here in just a moment. All right, through the magic of fast forwarding, we are done with that. And now they have started their rivalry story and they'll get to choose what kind of rivalry they're going to have. So let's take a look here at our options. Oh, wait, hold on. Theo says, whoa, what is your problem? And then now we'll get to choose what story. So we have Arch Nemesis, Tainted Love, Frenemies. And I think we will go with Arch Nemesis. So we're going to become chilly chums right out of the gate. And Theo says, nice place. It's kind of basic, but I'm sure you're not done yet. And Ella says, thanks, I think. When you say basic, you must mean basically amazing. Or maybe you have a basic vocabulary. And they're off to the races. So now you see that, and I'm sorry that went away so fast, but you see that you have to get to level 4 before the next part of the story happens. So that we'll have a friendship event until we get to level 4, and then we'll start chapter 2 and go from there. So, okay, so now we'll look at Ella's stories, and you see now she has 2 stories there, and I thought we could just take a look at all the different story options and what prizes we get. So Arch Nemesis will end up with us a dress, kind of like a casual jacket for guys. You can see while we'll progress through these different stages of that story. And then we've got all these other ones here. So we've got sports buddies with the cool jeans and the glasses. We've got this PFF Forever with that weird dress and a nice suit for the guys, which I really like that suit, but the dress just, yeah. So then let's see, what's next? We have Love at First Sight with a little sweater and a really pretty dress. I love that dress. I need to do that event soon. And then we've got the Fixer Upper. Romance and Charity Don't Mix, where we get some capri jeans and kind of like a newsboy's hat. Then Tainted Love, and we get 2 hats for that. I'm not really sure. I guess it's a French hat for love. Frenemies, we get hair and some really cute sunglasses. And Geek Speak gets the hair and kind of like a cash outfit for guys. And then Secret Crush, last but not least, gets this really cool woman's outfit and a bowling shirt for the guys. So you can see that, we're going to add to our wardrobe, spice things up a little bit, and, it's worth it. I like it. I'm excited. So I definitely want to do the Geek Speak next because I want that hair. So let's get started with that. We're gonna get Jake going on that here. Jake's up next. We're going to bring Penelope over here and get their relationship started. I got them to meet and basically start an acquaintance, but they haven't gone any farther than that. So you'll see that they have to kind of level up their relationship before the game will let us start the story. So that's what we're going to do right now. We'll go ahead and start this relationship leveling process. And then once they get where they need to be, we will get started. So bear with me here and I'll be right back. Okay, so Jake and Penelope have finished their first little relationship event. They've become acquaintances. And now we should get the option to start a story for them. So let's find out if it's there. We have to bring Penelope back, though, because she likes to run away as soon as we're done with her. So, yeah, reminds me a lot of Tet. All right, so we're going to begin a friendly story. Start that event. We'll get them to kick off their story. Then we'll get to choose what kind of story we're going to do with them. So let's get there. Fast forward now. All right, they are done. They started their friendly story. They got their rewards, and now we should be able to choose what kind of story we want them to do. So Penelope says, I really enjoy getting to know you. Want to hang out again soon? Of course we do. And of course I want to do the Geeks Speak. 2 geeks form an alliance. So we'll let them geek out together and get them through that. And Penelope says, hey, it's great to see you again. Did you catch the last episode of the popular fantasy series? That ending was so intense. Of course I did. I had a viewing party. You should come next time. Wait, you have a popular fantasy series game? Let's play. All right, so now they will start another social event. They've got to level up to level 4 before they can start the rest of their... Or I should say they can start their next chapter of their story. So again, I'm not going to make you guys sit through me clicking through all of this. Let's do the magic of fast forwarding. And here we go. Let's get started. Jake says, it's great meeting a fellow sci-fi fantasy fan, and I can't believe you originated the popular fantasy series fan theory that the main character is secretly related to the other character. So cool. It'd be better if I could talk, but hey. You guys know how it is over here with me anyway. So Penelope says, yeah, I also wrote a ton of fan fiction that's based on that theory if you ever want to read it sometime. So they have completed their next chapter. And they are now Chic Geeks and Geek Speak Impassioned Enthusiasts. Jake says, wait, you're a fan of 80s sci-fi nostalgia series too? What about Emo Space franchise? I love both, and I'm also a diplomatic space franchise, young wizard franchise, and robot cowboy world. Those names kill me. All right, so we'll get them to keep going through their relationships because they can't do another chapter until level 6. So let's go see what's going on with Ella and her relationship story. All right, Ella and Theo are ready to move on to their next segment. So Theo says, thanks for having me over. I'm trying to expand my social circle. Looks like I found the outskirts of it. Slam. Ella says, maybe next time you can find some deodorant. Apparently he must smell. So they are now chilly chums. Chapter 4 is done. They are still working on the arch nemesis, and Theo says, and that's when I decided to do things my way. I know you didn't ask me, but I figured you could use the advice. Was it really necessary for that story to be so long. You're welcome. Boy, they are two little peas in a pod, aren't they? All right, so we need to get them going, and we'll come back as soon as things progress with any of our foursome. All right, both duos are ready to start their next chapter, so we'll get going with Ella and Theo, get them past this, and work on becoming enemies. So after this chapter, for both of them, they should get their first prize, because I believe chapter 3 is the halfway mark, and then you get the final prize once you complete chapter 5. So we'll get them through this, and we'll get Jake and Penelope started on chapter 3 of their story, and then we will check out the prizes. Let's do it. All right. Penelope and Jake are wrapped up, and Penelope says, I love that I can share all of this with you. You're like my sidekick. Hey, yeah. It's really nice to have someone around who gets it. Hey, wait. Why am I the sidekick? And they have finished it. They are Impassioned Enthusiasts, so they're halfway done, and we got our new hair, which I love that hair. So we're still working on their Geek Speak story. Hey, I got a coupon for early registration to one of the biggest sci-fi fantasy conventions there is. Yeah. And Jake says, wow, I'd love to go with you. Maybe we can start researching other cons too. Love it. All right, so now we're done with Ella and Theo. And Theo says, no offense, but I think you need to work on your people skills to get further in life. And Ella says, would that get you further away from me? Or wait, would that get you further away from you? What was that? You also mumble. Yeah, they're throwing some serious shade at each other. And I can't read their dialogue, so it is what it is. Anyway, they completed it. Ella got her pretty little dress, and that's all that matters. So now we are continuing to work on their arch nemesis story. And Ella says, what's your problem? Guess you can't bolt that braggy mouth shut for a few hours. Shade. It's a pretty tall order to keep quiet in the presence of the world's most irritating and pitiful person. So the truth comes out. So there is some serious shade up in this house. But you guys, that's how we're going to wrap up today's episode. I hope you like this look at stories and how to get started with them and how they progress. I won't spoil it for you and take you all the way through the 5 chapters of each of these stories so that you can discover them on your own. But as always, if you enjoyed my video, give me a thumbs up. Let me know you watched. And of course, if you'd like to see more, make sure you're subscribed to Arsen Girl Gaming on YouTube. Ring that bell so YouTube knows to send you notifications when I post anything new to the channel. And I will be back with more soon. Until then, have a great one.